GIGABYTE! My name is Awesomecrunch and welcome back to Subnautica News. Now, as you just saw, the cube, the energy core of the gun now slides down and the big chunk of metal that holds it there now slides up into the rest of the gun. That is the gun deactivation sequence. Now, I think there's supposed to be some sounds. I couldn't actually tell whether there were or not because it was quite loud elsewhere in the game. So I can't tell whether there were sounds or not, but you'd probably be able to hear them if there were. And also, it says on the check-ins that they are putting the gun into some deactivation state. And they also said on Trello that they want a proper pose, like the gun pointing down into the sea or something like that. So, just something to make sure that it definitely looks like it's completely disabled, there's nothing holding it up anymore. So that's pretty much all there is to do with the gun. And yet again, if you didn't know, you do have to do the story sequence with the Sea Emperor and the Cure Balls and all of that, for all of that to trigger. And thank you to Anthomnia for giving me a shout out in his video. It means a lot to me, because he watched my video and he noticed that you had to do the story thing, so he said he said my name in the video, so I appreciate that. So, next bit of news is that the Ghost Leviathan now spawns inside the void. So, when you go into the void and you go too far out, then one will spawn, and if you go further and further out, another one will spawn, and stuff like that. So basically, if you don't have no damage on, they would kill you, because one bite from a Ghost Leviathan kills you in gets about 50% of your health down, and if there's two of them, then you haven't really got a chance, have you? So, they're full size as well, full adult Leviathans that have grown up, and they've moved out into the void, which is the kind of lore about them hatching in the Lost River and travelling out. There's some huge news to do with the Lost River, and about expanding it. So basically, for a while now, I think it's been in the game for about 5 or 6 days, so I'm a bit late covering this, but there are some lights, precursor column light things, in the corridor between the junction and the secondary research facility, whatever it was called, the base in the Lost River. There's now some lights in there that light up when you swim past them. They look really cool. And also, if you carry on past that, there is a new corridor that leads directly from the secondary bioresearch facility to the lava zone and the bulb zone, which is the old Koosh zone. And obviously that's the path that the sea dragon took, that the sea dragon mother that took out the base by smashing it into her head. So you can see that she came up through the little funnel that has now been created that kind of goes straight down, and it's got lava falls and everything around it. It looks really cool. There's warpers in there. There's also a Ghost Leviathan, and I have to say, I've never been... I mean, I'm not often scared in Subnautica because I kind of know what to expect, but every time I hear the sound of the Ghost Leviathan, I get scared. It's actually a scream. It's horrible. Especially that bit back at the void. They are horrifying to deal with. So yeah, that'll put me off from going to the void when I play survival. But yeah, there's a new corridor, and it's huge, and it's beautiful, and it goes straight down to the lava zone. If you carry on for a bit longer, it's quite a long corridor, substantial size. If you carry on, you'll pass loads of flora, stuff like that, and then you gradually start going up towards the surface, and you'll see shockers, or ampeels, whatever they're calling them now, and then you'll come up to the surface, and you'll see that you're in the Koosh zone, or the bulb zone, as it's now called. So that's a thing. That's pretty cool. So it's just a new way to get into or out of the Lost River, and also a new way to get into the lava zone from the Lost River, which is a really handy thing, because you might want to go straight from the secondary bioresearch facility to somewhere else inside the lava zone. It might be useful. But I don't know. That's pretty much it, guys. Not a lot else going on at the moment, other than, you know, everything. I'm going to start a series on Saurian. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a dinosaur game. It's pretty cool. Just came out of early access. I mean, just came into early access today, about midnight last night. So yeah, that's cool. I'll be doing a series on that. Hopefully you guys enjoy that, and if you don't, then I'll do it anyway. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here, guys. So if you did enjoy the video, please give it a like. If you're feeling really, really generous, subscribe to become a Crunchy's Day. But until next one, I'll see you guys in the next one. Try, my friends.